my work. I'll just introduce a little bit of my work here. One of my representative work is masking tape drawing directly drawn on space. I call space drawing. And I gave a title, Space Takeout, for this project because the very first time I studied from Seoul, and the name of the title is the same, Space Takeout, so I just borrow from it. And it was installed at the Hyundai Gallery, a window side gallery that is facing the busy side road. And my intention is people taking the drawing after an image of the drawing by busy pedestrians and speeding passengers in the speeding car.
The project I'm working on for the Asian Art Biennial is called Money Factory, an economic reality game. And it's a large-scale installation that invites museum visitors to participate, to work to create paper sculptures of money that then they use to spend on goods and items that they might want in life. So in this particular installation, it's almost like a compressed time frame. A visitor is able to make one sculpture of paper money that's worth about 100,000 Taiwanese dollars, and it will take maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes to make one, and depending on how long they would like to spend here, they can make more money and then use it to buy different things. So it's kind of about the hopes and dreams and maybe even fears of Taiwan's young people, because maybe they will never be able to make the amount to buy an apartment in Taichung. So we counted the amount of time it would take would be so much that it's kind of like a reality check. It's a way to sort of think about how difficult it is to live in the current economy.
这个作品就等于是我根据华人文化作为背景，并且伴随着现实的这个不同文化背景以及不同民族的人生活在一起，那么形成了一个国家的一个概念。所以它这些东西混杂在一起，那么我臆想了一个国家，那么我也创造了一个国家，等于是把一些国家的这个现实情况我把它浓缩了嘛。当然，这个国家不是说是一个完美的国家，统一思想，那我们就是要威权一点啊，国家要凝聚力。那另外一方面又是言论自由啊，我们要民主。那这个统一思想和言论自由，它本身就不可能放在一起的，那没办法。那所以说，我会把很多国家的特征以及无奈啊，或者是我的最好的想法，我都给它混在一起。对现实的一个思考吧，或者是对现实的一个提炼。那么你在这个国家里面，你能感受到是一个什么东西？我觉得每个人可能感受的不一样。
I'm here with a number of my works. I work both in sculpture and in installation. I also work in painting. Most of my works are involved with the idea of history and personal history and our migration. In this work, I'm very interested in how we dress, and how we dress then identifies the community we participate in and also the profession we choose, the family life we are involved with, and the country we are from. Many of us are identified by our dress first and make a certain kind of impression about who we are. It's a way of talking and a way of sharing our culture. The sculpture that I made was one of a camel, and the camel's head has been replaced with a boy's head and upholstered in sari material. These kinds of collage and assembly that I use in my work represent the kind of absurdity that visually takes place and culturally takes place when different people come together. It also describes the impact we have on our own history and how we can then invent or create meaning out of this disparity. Those are very important issues in talking about your own identity, but also you as a participant in the global reach of what is today modern culture.
When we began this project, our reflection was mainly around a building that is located on the Jerusalem border. This is a building that was built during the 90s, during the so-called peace process. And this was the time in which the Palestinian Authority was trying to conceive a parliament. But of course, in the case of Palestinian polity, that as we know, is scattered all over the world, it's very complicated to conceive a building like that. And in fact, towards the end of the 90s, the building was abandoned and also left outside the Jerusalem border, since the Israeli, they start to build a wall and cutting all this area outside the Jerusalem border.
When we thought about this, we were also thinking, how can we include refugees in the representation? In that sense, in which way, all the time speaking about citizenship and speaking about parliaments, refugees are on the margins of this, on the periphery, and as if in a sense their representation is not part of this parliament. And in that sense, we would like to see this line and this sort of division as a line where we can understand how the refugees would be in the center of this representation rather than on its margins. And this is for us the way that we can understand also the common assembly.
この作品は白地図という作品です。台湾に来ていろんなお店を回って買い物をしてきていろんなものを集めてきました。それをテーブルの上とか展示台の上に並べて、その上から石膏の粉を振りかけています。この作品のアイデアは雪景色から来ていて、見慣れた街が雪が積もることによって全く違うものに見えてしまったり、スケールを失ったものに見えてしまったり、意味を失ってしまったりっていうような経験が元になっています。それはすごく美しいことでもあり、恐ろしいことでもあるような気がします。で、白っていう色は何かあるんだけれども何もないっていうような、そういう逆説的な意味を両方含んでいて、いろんな人のイメージがこう入り込みやすいっていうか、空白のものとして 白い色を使っています。
这个计划其实出发点很单纯，参与者都是同学，他们回到他们的故乡进行了一些采访跟调查。那我们把它集结出来，像图鉴的一本书啊。那么同学在采集当中呢，也学习到很多社会的参与跟一些面对问题的态度跟方法，拿去搜索全台湾各地的这些闲置空间。那么我们发现它有很严重的政策上的这个失误，私底下呢，我们可以发现它有很多的绑桩文化跟这个黑金结构在里面，政治人物开了很多的选举支票，因此很多的文资馆的设施呢，它不是只是那么单纯而已，它背后有很复杂的政商利益跟政党关系的轮替啊，所以我们在这次展览也特别展出了政府的公文。那我们还有70-80位的参与的同学访谈，会在中央的那里面播放。因为我们还有一个纪录片是罗秀芝导演跟拍了这个4年之后40几分钟的纪录片。那这整个过程是非常漫长而绝望的啊，因为越拍越多，然后其实我们也很累，所以我唯一的希望就是希望政府不要再让我拍了，就是说希望他赶快活化，然后减少盖文资馆。这样我们就没得拍了，我们就不用再东奔西跑了。啊，以上是我的小小的心愿。
我一直长久以来在关注的议题，大概都是我所处环境的一个变迁。左上角有一棵树，就是要被移植啊，它就是被吊车吊起这样。就好像一个人一样，被连根拔起，所以那种有时候看到这个会有一些很深的感触，啊，就不只是一个环境的变动，就是连一个好像人心也会受到影响。
I'm reviewing photos of people I've been taking during this trip. Most of them are tiny figures lost in the landscape. I noticed from the last images you sent, frontal portraits seem to be disappearing as well. The hidden or turned away faces I'm seeing seem to be telling another story. The story of a boundary erected.
这次作品基本上就是为了这次双年展所特制的作品这样子。双年展的展场里面进行贩售门票的一个行为，然后其实作品是透过我所聘请的一个售票人员跟观众进行面对面的一个沟通，然后这个沟通基本上就是关于美术馆该不该贩售门票。观众如果买了门票之后，他基本上是可以进到后面这个空间，但是这个后面这个空间其实没有所谓的艺术品，它其实是跟外面所谓的美术馆其实是刚好相反的，就是美术馆基本上是免费的，然后充满了很多的艺术作品。那当然是这个计划是它是需要付费进去参观，可是里面却没有所谓的艺术作品这样子。
我在这一次展览的作品，最主要是关于怎么 去讲历史，因为历史本身就不是封闭的，它是公开的。然后我用我的艺术的方法去表现。最主要历史是关于6次暴动，就香港一个非常重要的事件。这个事件就改变了香港之后的命运。然后背景是一个 concentration camp， 就是集中营。然后很多人就在那个暴动里面抓进去，然后就不知道最后的后果是怎么样。照片是非常非常简单，哪一个建筑已经改建了另外一件东西，就是里面的历史全部也没了，这我觉得很可惜。我觉得香港政府就很擅长把自己过去的历史用各种方法去抹掉，但是作品的本身有很多不同的面向，它有不同的定位，所以就合起来就好像一个不同人讲同一件故事的样子。
The project is called Anonymity. It started from 2004. The process involves like asking favor to the random people to take their picture, but instead of like showing their faces, I asked them to like hold a mirror and reflect the lights that coming from the sun going to my camera. So this is how the interaction happens in these photos, and it become all anonymous people.
My work, History Class Part 2, is about modern Thai political history, started from 19th century up until present days. I focus on the history that Thai society tend to forget and some hidden history. I try to make people aware of their own history. So the idea of the work is I have these school decks, 23 of them. They can print their own history book, the history that is not being taught in schools.
The work I'm exhibiting here are one short video called Hadil, which is a spoken word video performed by Rafif Ziada from Palestine, which I captured in 2012 when I was at the London Cultural Olympiad in London. I found her on stage performing another piece called Sir, We Teach Life, Sir, which is a famous piece that she did about the struggle of the Palestinian people there. And when I first heard her work, I bawled, I cried behind the camera. But I happened to have stumbled upon her work, and I was deeply moved. And I ended up capturing all 3 of her performances, and later when I went back, at that point I was living in Cambodia. It's about a young child, 9-year-old girl who just got killed by a bombing. And another piece that's being shown here is called Cambodian Sun, and it's a documentary, feature-length documentary on this guy Kosal Kyu, who was a Cambodian refugee who grew up in the US, but he was in a gang and he had a gang fight, a gun shootout at the age of 16. He was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. He served 14 years in prison in California. When he came out, he got picked up by the immigration department and he was deported to Cambodia. But while he was doing time in California, he discovered spoken word poetry, which is like a rap without music, and he got good at it. So once in Cambodia, he continued doing it, and in 2012, like I said, London Cultural Olympiad discovered and invited him to perform some pieces during the Olympics representing Cambodia, and I followed him to London to record some of his adventures, and it's a feature-length piece.
今回出品している作品は木版画のアート等の閉塞感と黎明のマーク1とあとそれにまつわる、5点の小作品になります。東日本大震災以降1年後に作られたこの作品は、東日本大震災の時に起きました、福島第一原発の事故にそれにまつわるエピソードをもとに作られております。で私は普段、過去と現在と未来この3点の時間を縦の軸に覗くことで何かこの探り当てられるような闇の部分を見つけてその闇を掘り出すような作業をしています。なので今回もその福島第一原発という大きな原子力産業のなんか闇の部分をこう見つけ出してでそれが過去にどんなような原因があるのかということを日露戦争時代から例えば日本のその、戦争の歴史だとかを重ねてみることで描き出すことにしました。
我这次参加这次展览的作品有2件，一件是老的，2006年的，叫《蓝旗飘飘》。我作品的类型大多数都是行为或者录像，对，这个不是排练出来的表演，非常现实的一种表演，而且就是这种现场感也是很强的。另外一件是土尾世界的演讲，是2014年的。当然，我的行为是很介入一个社会的现实里面的，对，这个不是排练出来的表演。
We are showing 3 works in this Asian art pioneer. These works are showing our recent artistic practices. We are focusing on the certain specific issues. The issues are exposed by mass media also, but we are focusing on the multi-layered aspects and backside of the issues. But we are focusing on the other multi-layered aspects. We want people feel to find some way to different works between art and society.
We are duo artists from Jakarta, Indonesia. So in our art practice, we use a lot of situation and responding to the problems where we are living. So with this project, we try choose a very strong relation between Indonesia and Taiwan. So we found that one very specific subject with the relation is related to the migrant workers from Indonesia who works in Taiwan.
There are 237,000 people, Indonesian migrant workers who works in Taiwan right now.
So in our project, we try to choose the more vulnerable groups for the migrant workers, which is the undocumented migrant workers.
So the first project is about the lady who's now in a murder case because she killed her employee. And then the second project is about the 6 Indonesian fishermen who also on murder case trials. And then the last one, the third project is we make a performance. So we invited some important people who really know about the migrant worker issue in Taiwan especially.
So and also we as an artist can come up with something different from others, any kind of profession about this situation.
这件作品叫做《房间》，是纸人展的房间。然后它是跟我家庭的渊源有关。因为我家本身是做纸扎人的，然后因为我本身创作是包含一些录像或动画、一些动态影像的东西，然后我就改装了一些原本纸扎人的一些特殊的材料，然后把它放进我的骨架里面，然后去诠释我的家族的一些记忆，这样。
我们要用文化来了解个人的历史。这个作品是为了乒乓的100年的历史开始，另外一个行来做。怎么样打呢？不是一个人打一个人，不是说要赢。 是要说，我们在一起，不是要赢的，是要解释人类怎么样做事，和平，这样的。
The title of the work is called Ang Parola, which is translated as the lighthouse. It's also subtitled as the vertical apothecary of Antonio La Luna, which is based basically on a historical character, a patriot. The work is about stories. There's a mixture of the grand story of nation. It's also a story of different characters that animate that nation. And so this work is a kind of an ongoing project that I started back in 2010. And it has undergone three reconfiguration. This is the latest of the version that I'm doing. And for this exhibition, the Asian Art Biennale, we are bringing in 3 other piano projects that I've been working on. Most of my works involve pianos, and part of it is also the narrative, the personal history where I come from, you know, which is basically I come from a family of piano makers. Yeah, slot it in first. So I'm using the piano as a kind of a representation. Normally pianos inside houses of Filipino families would be the center of social gatherings. So this is like a gathering of old works which also are drawn from old stories and also new ones. I'm creating new ones.